Hey, Spuddies PotatoMcWhiskey here, and welcome to Let's Play Civilization 6 as Rome. Now, a few of you guys have been asking for me to raise the volume, and look, I'm doing it, I promise. Look, game is louder now, okay?
Your Majesty.
I'm gonna leave it at that level. I'm not gonna edit it. I'm gonna see what you guys think. It feels very loud to me on my local recording, but it might be really quiet. So we're going to work on that together. I've been trying around with some new sound settings and stuff like that, so perhaps there will be issues. I do apologize that the sound hasn't been amazing on this series, but hopefully going forward we'll work together on that and get it fixed up. Okay, so kind of thinking about our current plans here. Our war with Arabia kind of mostly failed, really. If we're being honest and being realistic, this war has failed. So our goal now is, I think, to try to build up our power level and maybe look to go to war later. But for now, we're going to be just holding position and trying to build up. You know, this whole religion thing is very annoying. But I do have a couple of missionaries stored up that I can use to recover my religion. So that's good, but it's not ideal. We will be able to get our religion back. I didn't think I went for a religion pretty hard, which was probably a mistake, like in realistic terms, because I was thinking, ooh, I could get a lot of money from this religion, but you know, things didn't quite work out that way. Let's go ahead and turn back on tile yield so I can see what we're doing a little bit better. And over here, we just completed the market. I would like to get a campus, but this city doesn't really have a very good campus location. So what I might do instead is go ahead and pick up the market for the extra trade route. And I think that's a pretty reasonable thing to do. We're going to get all these guys to go to sleep. And we'll look to go to war later. I was considering going to war with Arabia and like pillaging all these. And, you know, we might still do that. We might still do that, but I'm worried that he has Mamluks and I don't have anything to defend against it. So we'll maybe hold off on doing that. Now I have a builder over here with 4 build charges. And it might be good to get the elephants online. I have a settler down here. I'm definitely considering settling right here to take advantage of this big desert area. I think that would be pretty reasonable. And then maybe another city down here on the coastline with my last settler.
Set your course by the...
Okay, there's celestial navigation, so I could go ahead and get a harbor in here. And I'll place it just to lock in the price of the district, but we'll continue to work on the market. Over here, we have a few options. I think what we're going to do is we're going to tell the city to focus on food for a while, because we just need growth. And I think we're also going to go ahead and start improving these farms. Because the +4 food here is pretty good. And once we get the watermill, that'll be even better. Over here, I'm still genuinely considering pillaging all of these religious units. So we'll have to think about that. It would help erase his religion from my lands. Man, but it would be tough to do anything against him. So similarly up here, we're going to go ahead and grab the harbor because that's worth a lot of gold, but we are going to go ahead and pick up the market first. Okay. Keep putting farms down so these cities have a lot of food to grow. Again, food is a big focus for us while we're at our things. You'd say focus on production. You don't really need a whole lot of food, so I think production focus would be okay here. But there's not really a huge choice here, so we'll leave it the way it is. Duplicate resources, I'm just going to go for ivory. I don't think that's a particularly important choice. Mercenary companies, I'll say production. They'll probably vote for faith. Looks like they went for gold and incense. So let's have a look at what sort of resources we could sell. Suleiman is probably pretty happy to buy our diplomatic favor. So let's see what sort of price he will pay. He will underpay. Let's just double check and see if Japan will pay a higher price for that. We're hopefully looking for a 1-to-1 gold per turn for this. Now it looks like we can't get very good prices for our stuff here. Maybe I'll send him a delegation and see if he wants to be a friendship. Okay, and then maybe we can get a military alliance. Okay, so if we have a military alliance, if we can encourage him to join War Arabia, he would want 9 gold per turn. I'm going to get him to join me in war, and I'm going to send him my this stuff. I'm going to send him 20 diplomatic favor, a bit of money on top, and that should cover the costs of getting him to join the war. And now we can condemn these heretics. Trying to select the catapult, not this. That'll hurt Islam in this area, which is exactly what we want. We want these guys to run away. We're not going to actually be aggressive here. I'm just hoping that the Ottomans does damage to Arabia, because Arabia is currently like really, really powerful. The Ottomans are pretty good, but Arabia is like really ahead in tech, it seems. We're a little bit behind, but we should be able to catch up as we build up our nation here. We're going to grab the harbor for the gold, and we're going to go ahead and work on the market again, because we want those trade routes. They're pretty important for us to get those up so that we can trade and get some bonuses. We're going to head here. And have I recruited Liang? I have not recruited Liang, so there's nowhere really important that I want to go ahead and drop a thing. In terms of the capital, it might be a good idea to purchase. Oh, I could purchase this for cheap, actually. And I don't actually have a building in my religion. So I think I will go ahead and purchase the synagogue in both of these cities, because it was super, super cheap, because it's technically Arabia's building, and the bonus applies to Arabia's building, so we can get that for like 90% off or whatever it is. I can't remember the exact discount, but it's pretty cheap. And okay, there's mercenaries. That'll make upgrading our units cheaper. We'll see if we can chase down more of these units with our military units. Over here we've completed a settler. We're going to send them down to the southwest. I could settle in here. I don't think it's necessary. Although, now that I think about it, there is actually a good city in here. If I settle here, drop that there. You know, we could just work these 6 tiles. Build a pretty little, like, micro city. Maybe just have it produce... Actually, you know what? I kind of like that idea of just having that city be a place to produce builders from. Settle right there. Aqueduct to there, and then just work these 6 tiles around, and then have this city produce builders for me to improve the rest of my empire. I like that idea. Right, we got our commercial hub in here. We're going to go ahead and grab the market so that we can continue to get more trade routes. That's important, again, because we want to be able to trade internally and all that sort of stuff. And looks like he wants to buy 2 of my things. I'll even throw in open borders to get a little bit more gold out of you. I think that's a pretty reasonable thing to do. There's no way we can attack this city at all. Just no way that it works. We will get another condemn off. And now my religion is the majority in here. That's great. Continue to chase these guys down. Let's see if you can cut them off from this angle. Maybe you can head this way to get a cut off over here. And let's see, I think we're going to settle here. And then we could easily settle another city, say, down around here. I'm actually thinking of settling right there to drop an aqueduct. And then, since this is fresh water, but I can also get the aqueduct, and then I'm able to control all this area. It's not going to be a very good city, but we could use it as a buffer. So the very first thing, I might use my gold to push this city forward rapidly. Like if I go granary and watermill next turn, while I work on a bath, and I think I'll put the bath right here, because then it'll provide adjacency bonuses to a bunch of other districts I might want to build on the river. Like so. Then we'll have a really nice productive tile there. Yeah, I definitely feel like going for the watermill in Cume is the right move. Alright, so we've got coursers.
The more science intervenes in warfare.
There's military engineering. We will get another condemn here. And another condemn here. Very nice. We've killed a bunch of his units and made him pay. So here's what I'm thinking. We move you to here. Shoot there. Move you to here. Move you to here. Move you to here. You come up this way, shoot that guy. You come up this way, shoot that guy. Then you can safely kill... Okay, no, we've already got the kill. We've got a defensive line here. I might bring this archer out to join this defensive line. Looking okay. I've got 4 build charges. I don't think this city needs those build charges right now. This city could definitely use a build charge on this hill, for example. So we'll head up over there and see if we can get that going. I think it will be good to grab apprenticeship. I do have a decent number of mines in my cities. I'm going to go ahead and grab the library because I really, really want the production. I can't get that. I could get a harbor, which would help the city grow. So I will grab a harbor. But I'm going to go for a library first. You're going to head back down south. So I have 2 missionaries that I could re-get my religion in my capital. But I think I'm going to faith purchase builders while I still can, because this era is about to end. I'd like to get a little bit of era score if I could. Okay, so now we're running into crossbowman issues. Let's see if we can focus fire this guy. You're pretty tanky from what I remember. We're gonna have to fall back now. You head out this way. Improve that. I'm going to add that as a proposal. Over here, we got the market, so we can get another trade route. I will faith purchase that trader in a turn. So what are we looking at here in this city? We have really good growth. These tiles up here could be improved with a little bit of work. I think that getting the harbor would be good. I'd also like to get a campus if I could, and there's not a bad one down there. So I'm going to place that campus, but I think I'm going to work on the harbor first. Although I actually really need the science gain, so we're going to prioritize that. And in fact, we're going to work on universities after that so we can start building up our science gain, because we're a little bit behind in terms of science. I'm going to go ahead and get ancient walls in here. And I'm going to start retreating this army out to a more defensible location. We got a builder over here in Setia. Let's go ahead and get these farms up. You have your bath, you have all that sort of stuff. There's a decent holy site there, but I would kill a really nice wheat tile. Could I maybe take control of a different tile like here? Put the holy site there, get an equally good tile, but preserve the farm. Do I really care about the holy site, or would I much prefer get a campus? There is a +3 campus right here, although that's mostly from the jungle adjacency, which are going to be chopping out anyway, so the +2 right there is perfectly reasonable. You're heading down here to join this war. I think it would be a good idea to maybe look to upgrade some of my units. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to get rid of urban planning. I'm going to plug in settlers and I'm going to say 50% discount on upgrading units. Do I have niter? That is a really important question. And it looks like I actually didn't get any niter at all in my empire, which is really disappointing because it's what I need to upgrade my musketmen. We're going to head this way. I have a builder here. I think I'm going to chop out this settler. Send you to there. Shoot, I thought the road would let him make it. That's really unfortunate. Although it might bait this courser into taking it. He might attack that archer right there too. I'm going to quickly pick up another settler. This will be my last one, who will go here, I think. Oh, you know what? I don't need another settler. That's it. Okay, so far so good. I'm going to vote in favor of that twice. And see if people are on board with it. And if we can convert that city, if we can convert Rome back. Okay, the religious emergency passed. And if we succeed, I'm pretty sure... Okay, if we succeed, we gain a relic. Which is a pretty decent one. And I'm already kind of in position to take care of this. If we come here and convert... I think that beats... I think that means that now I'm in control. Alright, so we're going to attack here. We're going to attack here. We're going to attack here. Attack here. Attack here. Attack here. And attack here. Now the settler is in position. So if we take a look here, we are in pretty good shape in this city. I'm tempted to keep the pasture. Now, let me look at a pasture. It's +1 production and +1 food at exploration. So this would be a 2-2 food tile, which isn't awful. Like, that's actually a pretty good tile in the context of a desert, especially when we're lacking on food. And we're already researching exploration to get that. So I think we're going to go ahead and put a pasture there. It's not a great tile right now, but down the road, it'll have a little bit more food on it. Okay. I'd love to get a couple of these guys turned into crossbowmen. So we look at Millennium. It might be good to get ancient walls in here to be able to just have a little bit more ranged power and stuff like that on the front line. We got the market in here. I definitely need to get myself some markets. Or not markets, like trade routes. And I think I'm going to put one over here in Cume. So I will purchase that trader. I'm going to put one in Millennium. And then we'll look into making more later. For now, we're going to work on the harbor. So the city just has something to do to maybe help it grow a little bit. You're going to park there. I think a farm here is like actually a pretty reasonable thing to do. The more farms we can get, the better. Because it just means more food, which means more growth, which means more housing, which means more production, which means more everything. We can work more specialist slots, especially when we're taking into consideration that, you know, for example, right here in Rome, we are getting 11 production just from the fact that we have 10 population in this city, which is pretty damn good. And we've made these religious units run away, which is really, really great. So that means our gold income is like really, really good. Yeah, I think I am going to do a triangle of farms here. I might even just fill this whole area with farms. Just like build lots and lots of farms. Okay, we took a chunk of damage from someone who I can't see, who I assume is on that tile. I'm going to get you to back up and then take the tortoise promotion. I'm going to go there with you. Promote you to expert marksman. I did spend all my money that I was originally supposed to be for things. Right, we've got a city here. We're going to work on ancient walls. And we will send a builder back up the river, so to speak. You're going to hang out there. You got that improved. I'm going to send you back up this way as well. Now, this is a plains woods tile. I think I will keep the lumber mill here because that'll turn that into a really productive tile. 1 food, 3 production, 2 gold. That's like a great tile. Bring this guy down. Bring you down. So now I'd like to trade for food, and it looks like Ostia or Rome is the best spot. Ostia will be better in the long run, but I'm going to trade... Ooh, yeah, so I think I'll trade with Ostia for now. And then for Mediolanum, I will do the same. I will trade with Ostia. And that'll just give this city the ability to grow a little bit more. That extra 4 food is like a big deal. Right, we're converting back our cities. And the reason that we're doing this is to gain the extra gold. If we convert back our cities, we get all that nice gold that we get from our religion. Guy appears being obnoxious. We'll chop this. That'll finish that settler return sooner. We can squeeze in one more city over here. I know I said this was supposed to be about going tall, but we still, you know, still getting a lot of cities is always a good thing. Alright, so we got ourselves a courser here. Now we have apprenticeship. We can build industrial zones. That will be something we work on eventually. So you're going to shoot twice. You take up that position. You come forward to fortify. You go there. We've got a really good defensive line. Even though our units are a little bit outdated, we're able to hold the line. You're going to park right here. Alright, nice. We have 3 more cities in the biggest civ. We're going to immediately work on baths. And then a granary. We just need this to improve. In fact, I'm tempted to chop this out. Although, I like the idea of having a bunch of lumber mills in here and getting a bunch of gold and production out of it. So what I might do is I might chop this and then just put lumber mills all here. Even if farms might be better in the long run. Just specifically for this city to maximize its production on a very small population to pump out builders. Okay, I think this is the last settler that we want to build in the entire game. So we'll swap that out next turn. I'm going to go ahead and grab the library because I need the extra science. Have a look here. I think it would be good to start building farms in and around here and stuff. Converted that city. Let's head down to Cume. And right, we've got a builder, but not a lot to do. We'll head over to Lugdunum to help out there. We have secured ourselves a normal age, which is good. That's all I really want. Anything like normal age is fine, in my opinion. There's some good farms. We're going to continue to farm along this coastline, I think. Okay, ancient walls are coming out.
All that glisters is not gold.
Okay, we've got the Anchor Watt. Choose popular production over here. I would love to get an industrial zone in here. This is like the perfect city for an industrial zone. I'm trying to think where would be the best one. Right here is pretty good because... yeah. I think the +3 right there is decent. We don't need much more housing in here. Governor title, we're going to go ahead and appoint Liang, and she's going to go park in Lugdunum, because this city will eventually just be producing builders. Now, the other thing that we could do in here is we could harvest all these forests, but I think we're going to keep them. We're going to put lumber mills in, and hopefully grow the city through other means. Okay, you're going to heal, fortify. You definitely want to become a crossbowman. You're level 3. I'll definitely turn you into a crossbowman. So now we have a couple of crossbowmen. Our frontline power is increased. We actually, if we had musketmen, I think if we had like actually got some niter, I think we could have made the push here with this war. Unfortunately, we didn't get the resource that we needed. So that kind of sucks. Lumber mills. The city will be able to work 2 really nice tiles. So that's pretty much what the city's job is, just to produce builders. It's okay to give your city a role like that sometimes. I don't think you should do it all the time with each city, like really, really hardcore specialized, but every now and again, I think it is a good thing. So over here in Ravenna, we completed the library. Let's go ahead and get the harbor, because that's going to be an important part of growing the city. This city also needs like builder time and like water growth. But that'll all come together in the long run. I think that's an okay spot for a district, so I think it's okay to start putting farms down. Now, I believe farms in this mod, the reason why we want to build them is because they get production, +1 production at mass production, which is really, really nice. If we go up here to this, trying to remember what mass production is. It is a tech in here somewhere. There we go, mass production. So we definitely want to pick this up soon, because it's going to give +1 production to all of our farms. And we have a lot of farms, and that'll give us a lot more production. Which honestly makes me think that like lumber milling here is a mistake, but I'm trying to keep this city just locked into its 6 tiles and then have other cities take over. Keep this city really, really small. It's basically a work camp, which is a bit messed up, but there's Petra. I don't think Petra has obviously been built, right? Yeah. This city definitely needs growth. It also needs this. The +1 food from the oasis would be good. I'd really like to get the granary in here. Work on ancient walls. We're going to need a little bit more loyalty pressure in there. We might need to put a person. Let's see. I think reform the coinage is like a perfectly reasonable one. I'm still missing some trade routes. Yeah, I'll just grab reform the coinage because it's a few extra passive points that I might not otherwise pick up. -13 is a bit low, so we'll have to build up the population in here. I mean, in theory, with support fire from crossbowmen, like, we could take this. We can get, how many crossbowmen? We could get 2 legions here. 1, 2, 3 crossbowmen in position, hammering the city. Maybe 4 crossbowmen. Like, it's not completely impossible. Ideally, if we had a bombard, it would be perfect. I definitely want to get the bath up. Right here is a really good industrial zone. I also want a commercial hub. So I feel like the industrial zone would complement this one down here, because it would help just grab these last few cities on the outskirts. This industrial zone would grab these cities over here. This one up here would grab all these ones. It's a +3. I'm giving up a pretty good tile, but I think the extra production that you get from that is really, really worth it. I definitely need a governor title ASAP. So I'm gonna prioritize getting guilds so that I can grab like Amani or something and just plug them into Caesar Augusta. I think actually converting the city might really help with the loyalty, because now we're getting the +3 from this, so it's going to take it a lot longer to lose its loyalty. You're going to head up this way. I don't think it's worth it to put a farm here. We might just put like 2 districts here. Really tempted to harvest this deer tile. Put a whole bunch of farms in and around here. We'll hold off. Yeah, that's going to be a district tile, so head up here and get that farm up. If we go get these fishing tiles up, I think that's a pretty fair thing to do. Would give the city something to work. Alright, so a courser came in. Alright, so now that he has the crossbowman in the city, I'm definitely not on board the attack the city train anymore. Alright, we got the ancient walls in Baghdad. I would love to put an encampment right there, but it's just not going to be a thing that we can do. There's a good campus in here somewhere, I feel like. Not really. The entertainment complex would be nice too, because I am starting to run out of amenities. If we look through our empire, you'll see that if I just tab through, you see like we're at a lot of 0 and +1s, which means we're running out of amenities, and soon we're going to be negative amenities. So if I started on some of these, because right now, if we look at this city, it's absorbing 2 of the amenities in my empire. So if I build a entertainment complex here, that'll free up 2 amenities to be sent elsewhere. So that kind of appeals to me. Where do I want to put it? Let's like plan this out a little bit. So if my encampment is going here, my campus is going here, my holy site is like going somewhere here, then the entertainment district is going to go here because it'll provide adjacency to some of these tiles. So I'll go ahead and get the entertainment complex up to just kind of stay ahead of my amenity curve. I also need to get traders out. We'll have to figure out how we're going to do that. We also need to sort out the loyalty of this tile if we're going to settle it. Just hang on there and put a farm there. Drop that lumber mill. The city will eventually grow when it finishes that, I think. I'm going to tell it to work food, so it'll work this to grow. Alright, yeah, let's get these fishing boats up. In fact, it might be a good idea to get cartography as a follow-up so that these fishing tiles are worth a little bit more to me in terms of gold generation, because gold generation is kind of what my empire was supposed to be geared towards, and it just kind of never worked out that way. So you would give me a bunch of money for peace. I'll take that deal. I'll take that piece, and I think the Ottomans, groups are really passing by, I think the Ottomans are at peace as well now. We'll double check by clicking on them. No, he's actually stayed at war. That's really good for me. I'm hoping that he's like doing a lot of damage back there. Let's go ahead and get you guys to all fortify. Like so. Eventually we will settle that, but just not really a viable move right now. Do I want to trade with Rome? And yes, I think the answer is yes. Put a little bit of religion points in there. I'd like to get an apostle, but I think I need to keep getting missionaries to push back Islam from, you know, spreading all over my cities. So I can keep getting that gold rolling in. Ah, man. It's like the second I declare peace with him, he just rolls in with his dudes.
There is nothing but you can't go around.
Hey, I ran out of space while recording, so I'm going to go ahead and cut the recording here. I think the last thing that it showed was guilds. That was kind of unfortunate. I thought I had done a clear out recently, but I hadn't. Basically, we've been continuing on like normal. I think there's only like 2 minutes of footage missing. So we'll reconvene next time. I love you all very much, and I'll see you then.